Eli Reed, a Magnum Photos photographer.
I think we're done.
He's full of energy, a cheerful charm. Though nearing 70 years in age, he says he always wants to be at the scene and on the streets because that is what his life is all about.
And when I would take a picture, I could feel the moment was there, and that was nice, and I made a picture and I took a quick look at the back of the camera, yeah, it was right on, and that's where I want to be. I want to be right there where everything was happening.
His photographs invariably reflect his tenderness for life and people.
You are taking proof, evidence of the fact that the person exists. Human beings, but also when you're making photographs, you're gathering evidence that there is life out there. You gotta love people, you gotta love life.
I'll take comfort in the silence and be
As I've told you before, I
welcomed by a swift sunrise.
don't have much time.
Photographer Eli Reed captures the world and all the life's emotions with his camera. Now, he embarks on a journey into the zestful lives of Koreans. From the ruins of war, Korea rose to become the world's 15th largest economy in just half a century. Korea's rise is often called a miracle attained by Korean people's passion. Eli's first stop is a baseball park, charged with dynamic energy. Korea's cheering style first caught global attention during the 2002 FIFA World Cup. It's a unique tradition found nowhere else in the world. From children to grown-ups, everyone is enjoying the atmosphere. A strangely dressed man comes into the stadium. Surprisingly, he is a foreigner. Wearing Korean traditional costume and singing along with all the songs and chants, he appears more like a Korean than a foreigner.
On the reaction to the game, I wasn't focusing on the game so much. I mean, immediate reaction. Really excited about the home run, and then it happened again immediately afterwards, which was interesting.
Their songs and dances explode with unbridled energy.
응원 문화가 특이해요. 우리가 자리에서 일어나고 같이 노래하는 게 완전 신기해요. 처음 봤을 때부터 빠졌어요. 캐나다의 국민 운동인의 학기를 봐도 응원할 때 경력이 없어요. 아주 한국적이라고 생각합니다.
Not only does each player have his own cheer song, but each of the 9 teams in the league has its own cheering style. Many foreigners come to the ball games just to experience Korea's cheering action.
It's much more exciting. The enthusiasm level, how interested the fans are and how dedicated the fans are amazing. It's interesting. The baseball is just as exciting, but the fan experience is much more.
While baseball teams face off against each other on the field, their fans do the same out in the stands.
주말마다 오는데 에너지를
보충할 수 있습니다. 네, 에너지를 보충하고 그다음 또 한 줄 또 열심히 살 수 있는 그런 재미가 있습니다.
Morning arrives in Noryeongjin earlier than anywhere else in Seoul. Eli has joined the early morning crowd. Noryeongjin is a huge education town where numerous private academies called Hagwon are clustered. This is Noryeongjin Station on subway line number 1. Even in the early hours, hundreds of people pour out of the station every time a train makes its stop.
Most of the people who are coming this way is in the area, you know, what schools and stuff like that. It's funny that carp diem, I can't remember the Latin thing, but something like, it's, you know, the expression, like a good day, you know, depend on words when you're taking a photograph. And this one, it's not just depending on that, but it's just an added little thing to it. Because I mean, the expressions and everybody's focused on what they have to do. It's amazing.
Hagwon is where these people are headed so early in the morning.
If you go downstairs, there is
The academies haven't even opened yet, but students study outside while waiting for the classes to start. They seem oblivious to other people or the noise around them. This cafeteria also starts the day early to keep up with these early risers' pace of life. It's only 6 a.m. and everything's already set for the first meal of the day. This is where many people have breakfast before classes begin.
많이 나갈 때 200인분, 조금 나가면은 한 150분, 150분. 네.
10 more minutes to go before the cafeteria opens at 6:30. But a long line has already formed outside the cafeteria and stretches out to the street. Almost like a long path leading out to a greater world, toward success. This cafeteria is popular because customers can help themselves to a variety of dishes at a reasonable price. A meal here costs a little over $4 US. It's a thankful and hearty fare for people on a tight budget.
This is eating a meal to start the day, so you know it's like people getting ready. You look at each person, you can tell, and they're really focused inside here.
Eli's eyes are drawn to a mural. He notices something different in a wall painting of Goguryeo-era generals, the cafeteria's main theme.
He's really into whatever he's eating. He's really into eating it, but it's like somebody, you know, it's like somebody looking over your shoulder, you know, saying, work hard, work hard, work hard. Your history coming into it, it also gives you impetus to try harder.
Most of the diners here are students prepping for national exams or college admission.
학원 환경과 진학해서 그냥 거기 관련된 기업 들어가는 게
시험에 대한 불안감, 뭐 통과를 뭐 시험으로 하는 거니까 뭐 노력이 없고 결과만 중요한 거니까 뭐 결과에 대한 불안감.
Next, Eli visits a cram school. This academy, specializing in police officer exams, offers prep classes for 15 hours a day, from early in the morning to late at night. Also a professor at the University of Texas, Eli is curious about how classes are conducted in Korea.
This is amazing.
A classroom packed with more than 300 students. It's a stunning sight for the photographer. These young people study for over 10 hours a day, with their sights set solely on passing the tests.
조선 16세기. 저는 이제 이것을 배로로 우리가 이렇게 얘기하는데 시가 되었고 또 뭐가 조선이 군인이었다 그죠? 그 사람들에 대한
Perhaps this classroom is like a great furnace, fueled by the students' youthful zeal to produce rewarding life goals and successful futures.
Well, it seems to me that they all have a vision of what they want to do, or else they would not be here. So, I mean, I think they're ready to work. You know, they try to make their life better. I don't think there's anybody here who's like not understanding that you have to work hard to be successful.
They are able to carry on through the taxing reality because they have dreams in their hearts.
일단 합격이 제일 큰 목표고요. 이제 열심히 해서 좋은 경찰이 되는 게 제가 어렸을 때부터 꿈꿔왔던 직업이라서 늦었지만 좀 도전해보려고 오게 됐어요.
It's interesting. There weren't any students that I could see that were wasting time. They're all there, you know, focused on the class and on what he was saying. That was pretty unique. Well, I mean, they have some survey classes, like, but not that many students. That's why it was so impressive to see everybody's paying attention. A lot of education.
At lunchtime, another interesting scene unfolds in Noryangjin. It involves a lunch item created for busy students who can't afford to waste their time, not even on eating. This food cart offering is made in just 5 minutes, from start to finish. It's called kappap, meaning a cup of rice. It's actually a sort of bibimbap, a mixture of various ingredients served in a single bowl. These test preppers must make every minute of their 24-hour day count.
시간이 없다 보니까 빨리 먹으려면.
열심히 한 친구들 보면은 성적 오르는 애들은 다 보면 진짜 밥 시간도 아껴가면서 공부해야 성적 오르는 것 같아요.
짧은 시간 내에 내려와서 먹고 갈 수 있는 게 컵밥이기 때문에 여기 학생들은 시간 다툼이잖아요. 먹는 시간도 쪼개서 공부를 해야만이 합격할 수 있는 그런 확률이 높기 때문에 어쩔 수 없어요.
Hello.
치킨이요?
That's chicken.
That's chicken.
Okay, chicken.
Eli, who likes spicy food, decides to try a kappap.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, what do I eat it with? Kleenex. Okay. Now what do I do?
The fastest way to understand the locals' lifestyle and culture is to step into their lives, rather than observing from a distance.
It tastes great.
Isn't it spicy?
It's spicy. Coca-Cola with Pepsi. No, but it's really good. I could probably eat this every day.
A megalopolis with 10 million people, Seoul is where 600 years of history and rapid changing modern life exist side by side. Cheonggyecheon, flowing through a concrete forest of high-rises, resembles an urban oasis. This restored stream is where city people can take a moment to relax and find tranquility, away from the hustle and bustle of urban life. Eli Reed's camera is always focused on the people.
Making good pictures, you have to really like life, or like people. I like people. I'm interested in how people do their lives, and ordinary people, and extraordinary people. It's always interesting just to listen.
A long time ago, Seoul residents used to hang out or do their laundry at Cheonggyecheon. Now the waterway has become an iconic landmark for the locals and tourists.
1, 2, 3.
Eli has traveled all over the world for decades, so he can communicate with honesty and find someone he can get along with, wherever he may be.
How old are you? How old are you?
Yes.
Guess? 21? 21?
No.
Older?
32.
Really?
Yes.
Guess how old I am? August 4th, 68. I like the look. Oh, don't move. Stay. No. No, bring your head. Stay with you. Well, after traveling over the world, or as you say, approach is the same as if I'm approaching somebody close to home. Hi, I'm interested in them, and a lot of times people are interested in me because they don't maybe see people like me too often, or maybe doing something interesting that they're interested in.
Eli approaches people that way and tries to relate to their lives in order to unearth their very essence. His job is to discover what others can't see and recreate it on film. That is the world he lives in. The Cheonggyecheon stream flows for 10.84 kilometers before joining the Hangang River. And the history of Seoul also flows with the gentle currents. Gwangjongyo Bridge, built in 1410, connects the past and the present of Cheonggyecheon. Eli suddenly takes off towards something. His camera catches a woman seemingly coming out of a time warp. At the end of the stream, the present-day Cheonggyecheon meets the past. Of all the places in Seoul, Cheonggyecheon presents the most dramatic transformation. It underwent 2 extensive makeovers. In the 1950s, immediately after the war, Cheonggyecheon was the capital's most well-known slum area. The city government covered up the stream to replace the shantytown with an overpass, turning the entire neighborhood into an icon of industrialization. But in 2003, Cheonggyecheon was restored to its former self in an effort to rediscover Seoul's history and culture.
이 화면을 통해서는 청계천의 복원 전의 모습하고 지금 현장 여기 보면 라이브라고 찍혀 있는 게 이제 현장 실시간 화면이에요. 그래서 이제 어떻게 전후가 바뀌었는지를 비교해 볼 수 있는.
Don't move. I just thought it was an interesting graphic, you know. I thought it was a really good way of photographing, you know, feet on the ground, feet in the air. It's so great. It's such a great educational way of presenting the past and what can be done to make things better.
Next to the museum is a reenactment of the old Cheonggyecheon of the 1960s, with the shacks and past artifacts. These small stores seem to have been transported from the past in a time machine. Visitors reminisce about the old days as they see the faded objects that are no longer available. Cheonggyecheon represents Korea's phenomenal economic growth. But at the same time, it is a reminder of how history is repeated.
Well, what I just said, there's just looking at history, and like you said, like you just said, it's like important to Koreans, and I think that, and maybe he'll tell his little brother as his little brother gets older, you know. It won't just be the father that took you there. It's like, you know, little kids sharing. Oh, remember when we went there? You don't remember that. Let me tell you what we saw, you know. You know, it's life. Being alive is it's an enduring thing. It's something that happens all the time, and that's one of those moments.
Everything moves fast in Korea. It is said that the country's culture of 빨리빨리, meaning quickly, quickly, is what drove Korea's fast-paced growth. Korea's delivery service is an example of how everything gets done in a hurry in Korea. Quick delivery service, simply shortened to quick service in Korea, delivers anything to anywhere around the clock.
네, 감사합니다. 섭섭성자입니다. 예, 목동에서 역삼동으로요? 아, 예, 알겠습니다. 운임은 15,000원 나오고요. 예, 예, 제가 서울 보내드리겠습니다. 네, 감사합니다. 예, 오다 있습니다. 양천구 목동에서 강남 역삼동 15,000원. 예, 67기사님 배차. 예, 오다 있습니다. 금요일날 같은 경우는 한 190건, 180건 정도 나오고 또 평일에는 한 150건 정도. 서류로 가는 게 한 70%, 80%고 이제 그 나머지는 이제 개인적으로 이제 뭐 지인들한테 뭘 보내는 거.
Found nowhere else in the world, this speedy delivery service brings anything to a recipient within an hour of placing a phone order. First introduced in the mid-1990s, the quick service grew exponentially every year, fueled by Koreans' obsession with 빨리빨리 culture. Roughly 170,000 people work in this industry, and the market nears almost $4 billion annually.
Here, that's a real big part. Everything was, you know, delivering like people, delivering packages and important papers. So that seems to be a part of your society. So that's interesting to me anyway.
But they are nothing like motorcycle racers craving for speed. They are the fathers of our age, carrying the heavy responsibility of supporting their families.
안녕하세요. 10,000원이에요. 감사합니다. 수고하세요. 킥 서비스 글자 그대로 이 킥 서비스 아닙니까? 고객님이 물건을 애타게 기다리는데 저희들이 고객님 생각보다 빨리 갖다 줬을 때 고객님 고맙다고 막 하면서 음료수도 권하고 그렇게 막 할 때 그때가 좀 보람을 느낍니다.
This delivery man has been to just about every nook and cranny in Seoul. As he's been doing for the past 22 years, he revs up his motorcycle to go where he's needed. Namdaemun Market is one of Seoul's iconic landmarks. As in every country around the world, markets are where one can witness the locals' vibrant lives. Because markets thrive on the passionate energy of those who make their living there.
You can stand in one place and you're going to see pictures go past you, come up to you, you know, so it's just you have to keep looking.
They are always filled with anticipation for something new and different.
Walking is good exercise. I forget I'm tired when I'm walking. I forget I'm tired when I'm taking pictures. Life on the street.
And markets have a life force that makes people forget about their weariness. It's wondrous to see middle-aged women balancing heavy trays on their heads weave their way through the narrow market alleys. These women expertly navigate the maze-like alleys to deliver meals to busy merchants. If you were in Namdaemun Market, there is one place you must visit. It's the Fish Stew Alley. Holes in the wall line up both sides of the alley, barely wide enough for 2 people. These eateries are favorite lunchtime haunts for office workers nearby and must-see stopovers for tourists. A spicy fish concoction in nickel-silver pots and earthenware bowls boils furiously over the high flames. This restaurant, which opened in the 1980s, has been in the same spot for over 30 years. Its owner has invested her youth and zeal into this place.
Oh yeah, who can forget that? Is that where, I think I took a picture, it's on Instagram. Very popular. I mean, you get so many, instantly 70 or 80 responses.
The food's enticing aroma and a big spread of side dishes always makes one's mouth water.
Oh, it's really great. It makes me hungry. I get used to it.
아, 외국에서 왔으니까 잘해줘야지. 그가 소문나지. 외국 가서. 한국 가면 역시 참 친절하고 좋더라. 이런 말을 드려야지. 아따, 이거 그래. 전주가 오리지널이야. 이리 와. 썰서 많이 줄게. 언니야. 아, 전주가 오리지널이야. 왜 들어왔어요? 하이.
Careful.
It's way past lunchtime. Eli decides to have a late lunch here. Then the kindly matron sits next to Eli and picks out the fish bones for him. This is how Korean mothers treat a guest from far away.
Yeah, you know, I swallowed the bone when I was a kid, and I was very sick from it.
This is how to take it.
So you don't kill yourself.
아이, 먹어봐. 자, 이거 잡숴봐, 이거. 맛있어요.
Good.
맛있어요.
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 This deep affection, called jang, is what defines the Korean people.
나 우리 신랑도 이렇게 안 먹였어. 우리 아들도 안 먹이고.
I'm honored.
그 외국에서 오셨던 게 내가 잘해드리는 거예요.
She's special. She's special. I'm honored.
The market alleys are like a pathway to a new, mysterious world. Eli takes a breather to rest his legs aching from walking all over the market. But even when he's taking a break, he observes people and captures them on film. This coffee shop is staffed with young men in their 20s. Eli strikes up a conversation with one of them.
대학로에서 연극하고 있습니다. 연극을 더 열심히 할 수 있게끔 약간의 자기 정도의 안전한 페이 정도는 좀 마련을 해야겠다. 그러면 이렇게 돈을 마련하고 연극은 정말 내가 좋아하는 거니까 거기에는 돈보다는 내 열정을 쏟아서 할 수 있는 그런 기회가 되는 것 같습니다.
After his morning part-time job is over, he devotes his time to his real calling.
수고하셨습니다.
수고하셨습니다.
Eli often befriends a stranger at an unexpected place during his travels. And he learns about a new world through his new friend.
I like the other side, what you're walking.
This young man invites Eli to a special place. It's a theater company where the aspiring actor hones his dream. He dives straight into the rehearsal for a play scheduled to begin in September.
There was a kind of a market, like battles with a sword. So we are practicing the sword, sword battle. So before the real making the movement, we are practicing the kendo for that.
Good, very good.
He seems to be shining brighter here, closer to his dream stage.
이거 막 급하게 하지 말고 정확히 각오로 하나.
Eli is inspired by this young man because we are well aware that only those who dream can make their dreams come true.
뒤돌아보지 않으면서 하지만 항상 현재를 체크하고 갈 수 있는 그런 힘이라고 생각합니다. 뒤돌아보면은 달리 뭔가 힘이 좀 떨어지는 것 같은데 그렇다고 앞만 보고 하는 게 아니라 항상 현재를 바라보면서 난 어떻게 지금 살아가고 있는가 현재가 제일 중요한 게 열정인 것 같습니다.
Stand right up here. And you?
Eli tries to catch the feverish energy of these young people on film.
Here, lay down.
아, 수영기로 갔어야 돼.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked the enthusiasm, and you could see they were enjoying it and they're focused, paying attention to what they're supposed to be doing. You know, the enthusiasm and willing to learn, you know, it's like really good.
Korea's summer is the season of rock festivals. This is where people beat the heat and live their youth, regardless of their age. Eli once worked for a rock music magazine and has always been a fan of rock and roll. Now he has a chance to meet a young rock band in Korea. This indie band called Four Brothers is made up of four friends of the same age. They perform a rousing piece, the nostalgic sounds of the 1960s and 70s revived with a modern touch.
I don't know
how to do my. No, they're good, really good. I mean, it was good. Like felt like I was back in the time when their musicians were good.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, nice, yeah. Listen, I gotta look. I gotta put my head back. Look at the light.
Eli is invited to the band's performance the following day. He meets up first with the band's guitarist. The 4 band members all have day jobs.
오전 9시부터 오후 2시까지 이게 잠깐 반나절 하는 거. 조금 있는 거 가지고 이렇게 어떻게든 살아나가는데 안 되겠더라고요. 일을 안 하면. 그래서 일을 시작했죠.
Eli is reminded of his younger days as he watches the young guitarist at work.
I did a lot of work, just drawing and painting to get to the place where I could get into art school even, and I worked hard all through school, so I appreciate somebody who does that.
And the 2 men sit down for a serious heart-to-heart.
음악? 그러니까 뭐 지금 제가 하는 게 뭔가 예술이라고 하면 그걸 좀 이렇게 잘하려고 하면 잘 안 되더라고요.
That's the beginning. That's the beginning, The projects you work on, or the music you work on, the things you do, will have an effect on other people in different places. It's not just here. It's not just on you, or even your friends or people who like you, but people who haven't heard your music before. Like I hope that people haven't seen my photographs before get something out of it, And I think that's what art is. I think he finds the beauty.
The 2 artists realize that they share a common bond.
Places also.
These 4 friends have lived fiercely to chase their sole dream of performing on stage. Their eyes begin to sparkle the moment they start playing. Many people live to achieve success rather than to live their dreams. But these young musicians show us how wonderful it is to do something you truly want to do.
Okay, this is my picture. I just thought that they look like 4 heads that are together with what they're pursuing. I like the raised hand. It's like a prayer for them to succeed, to be together, to play.
Seoul is a city that never sleeps. Even well past midnight, the brightly lit Dongdaemun neighborhood is as vibrant as ever. Dongdaemun Market is a massive fashion district that houses some 35,000 stores and sees a transient population of more than 1 million people a day. That figure includes a group of people with an uncommon job. They make purchases for rural merchants and online shopping mall operators who cannot come to Dongdaemun to do their own shopping.
우리 오늘 주문 로라 팬츠, 아이보리 미듬 2개. 업체에서 이제 오늘 주문 들어온 것들을 저희한테 사입해달라고 지금 요청 들어온 거거든요. 근데 요청이 이제 이런 식으로 엑셀 파일로 와요. 그럼 그걸 저희가 받아가지고 이렇게 문서 작업을 해가지고 이거를 이제 시장에 주문을 넣어주는 거예요. 이 시간이 좀 많이 바쁘죠. 이제 시장 나가면 더 바쁘고요.
These purchasing agents' workday begins at midnight. It is also the busiest time of their day.
I try to take pictures to show people from the outside, if they were here, they could see, what's going on, the action. So that's how I try to shoot pictures. Everything inside.
The amount of money transacted on a single night ranges from tens of thousands of dollars to nearly $100,000.
오늘 그 물건 사는데 필요한 돈입니다. 이제 한 사람 이렇게 자기가 쓰는 돈을 제가 나눠서 이렇게 묶어놓은 거죠. 5천만 원? 이거는 이제 돈으로 주고 하는 거고 나머지는 이제 온라인.
These young people in their 20s and 30s are the main players of the nighttime market because most of the jobs require physical strength and stamina. Eli wanted to better understand the lives and work of these hardworking men. Their work begins with taking back the returned goods to the store. It's amazing to watch them sort through a cascade of packages and somehow return the items to their rightful owners.
It's amazing. I never imagined it being like that. Boy, oh night. It seemed like 12 o'clock is when things start. Because I was like, okay, what's going on here? It was different. I don't know of any place in New York City that's like that. The energy was so amazing.
Now the time has come to do some serious shopping. The purchasing agents distribute shopping lists from their customers to each store. Later, when store owners have filled the orders, they make another round to collect the items. They snake their way through the passages not even a meter wide. It certainly isn't easy to transport the loads. But they have to repeat this arduous process all through the night.
데일리고 계속 불량 뽑는다 그러네.
헤드일 있잖아 오빠. 이거 칼라 핀건인데.
회색 깔품.
블레싱도.
휴가호.
그다음에 지퍼 가디건.
Each bag weighs between 8 and 9 kilograms. They carry several of these bags through the narrow alleyways. Young people race toward their dreams all night long. This is the real face of the Dongdaemun fashion town.
처음에는 아프죠. 이렇게 메고 하면 처음에 이렇게 어깨에 매는 게 편하기 때문에 매면 진짜 꾸준살이 베길 정도로 그렇게 됐습니다. 내가 생각하고 있는 목표에 갈 수 있는 그런 발판.
Among all the cultural productions that made Korea famous, the most popular genre of late is non-verbal performance. The last rehearsal before the real performance is in swing. Rather than a production that follows the prepared script down to a T, Eli prefers to watch a show pulsating with raw, unrestrained energy.
대한민국 국기인 태권도 하고요. 그리고 대한민국 전통 탁, 그리고 무용, 그리고 비보이 이렇게 어우러져 가지고 선과 악의 대결 구도를 이제 표현한 작품인데요. 원래 목적이 이제 태권도를 외국이라든가 또 많은 사람들한테 알리기 위해서 그렇게 만들어진 작품입니다.
Cast members rehearse time and time again in the dressing room so as not to make even the slightest mistake.
이거 마침 네가 밑에 쳐져 있잖아 엉덩이가.
The youngest member of the Taekwondo team is singled out repeatedly because of her flawed moves. Disappointed in herself, she keeps staring at her phone. She's watching the video recording of her performance.
표정 이런 거나 동선 이런 같은 거 연습할 때 보고 따라하면 도움 많이 돼요. 그냥 기술만 잘하면 되는 게 아니라 표정 이런 건 다 신경 써야 되니까 그런 게 좀 어려운 것 같아요.
Because she runs and jumps around barefoot most of the time, her feet are marred with cuts and bruises. She is a member of the National Taekwondo team, who has practiced the martial art for 15 years. But she still gets nervous and insecure before she goes up on the stage. People begin to fill the theater. And all the cast members are ready to start today's show. While a perfectly synchronized Taekwondo performance takes place up on the stage, Eli watches them from backstage, refusing a seat in the audience.
You know, the front stage, everybody sees that. You know, it's always more interesting in the back than it is in the front. If you're just sitting here watching the performance, yeah, it's great, but it's more interesting from the back. I just like this picture. It's like, you know, the motion and just the extra element of surprise. It's like abstract.
Non-verbal performances go beyond language and cultural barriers and can communicate with any audience. The highlight of the performance is the pine board smashing sequence.
Using martial arts as part of the performance, and not as part of the performance, I mean, it's just the storyline that goes in there. I don't care what language you speak, you can understand it, you know?
The audience is fully satisfied with the dynamic but traditionally Korean production.
It was really cool just to see Korean history portrayed through Taekwondo instead of reading it in a history book. It was just exciting, and I just feel like really amped up right now.
For Eli, it was an enjoyable performance that gave an appropriate closure to his journey.
I'd rather go someplace where people are enthusiastic about and celebrate life in their different ways. And I see that, I mean, there's so many people who are smiling, you know, and it's not just smiling for smile's sake, it's because there's a strong energy there, you know? And I think it's pretty cool. That's really nice.
Passion makes people shine and gives a meaning to their lives. And people with passion are the ones who change the world. It is this great force of passion that empowers Korea.